Hey, good morning, everyone. We are already close to the open, have not had much movement overnight. Little drop on the market at the close there. Be interesting to see if we come back up and test that level or if sellers are completely stepping up here. Good morning, Shraddha. Hey, Paul, Roberta, Neil, Squid. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Tom, good morning. We are 10 seconds away from the open, and we don't have any trend right off the bat or any setup pending. We're going to have to let the market come to us this morning. And there's the opening bell. Well, I guess we do have an uptrend in play right here. So if we have a nice bounce off the 21, could possibly get a setup. Doesn't look like the moving average is holding just yet. Definitely getting a drop on the NAS here. We'll see if it can come down and break the overnight low. Right now, it just looks like one range. I would say the same for ES. So we'll see if the overnight high or low can be broken. Javon, good trading day to you, my friend. Welcome. Looks like NQ just now touching that support at the bottom. We'll see if it holds or if it breaks out. Watching ES too. No real scheduled news today that'll probably be of any significance. We do have one econ release at 10 a.m. It's just the manufacturing index. Not likely to be a trendsetter in the market. Yeah, there's a little, we have flash manufacturing tomorrow. But I think the big catalyst over the next week is going to be earnings. We have Tesla reporting. Is it Tesla reporting or is it Netflix? No, Netflix already reported. No, yeah, I think it's Tesla. Let me double check that. I think it's Tesla reporting tomorrow. Yes. Tesla reporting tomorrow, and that's pretty much the main earnings this week. Next week, it'll get a little more spicy. Plus, FOMC is next week too. Oh, Google, I think maybe tomorrow too. Yeah, Google's reporting tomorrow too. All right, we're waiting to see what this little pullback does on this downtrend. Will we have continuation or not? If we get a nice setup at the EMA, I'll take the short here. Good morning, yes. Everyone else who's hopping in, make sure you're hitting that like button. On this little pullback here, we have not actually had an attempt lower yet. You'll notice that all of the lows of these bars remain intact. None of them has been broken. So sellers haven't actually attempted to push the market down yet. Looks like we might be getting a V-shaped reversal, which we already had today. So move up, V-shaped reversal, V-shaped reversal. Very indicative of a trading range. Wow. Yes. V-shaped reversal all the way back up to the overnight high area. But Nasdaq, very weak. Look at this. It's still hanging out back down here. Will it lead the way down, or will it relent to the S&P's strength? We get a bearish bar here. That would be a second entry. I would consider taking this on NQ. But this is pretty crazy move up on ES here. Again, I'll consider the short here on this bearish bar if we get it. Don't want it to be too big. If it closes right around here, I'll take that risk. There we go. Since ES is not moving in lockstep, I will probably trail this pretty tight, look to scalp out. Nice, getting that move we were looking for. See if we can get down to that new low. Beauty. Take the scalp here if they give it to us. Otherwise, we'll look to trail for a bigger move. All right, we are out there. Hopefully you guys caught that one. That was a beauty of a trade. Downtrend, we're looking for the pullback. We had several little attempts to go short on the way up. Then you get this nice bearish bar right on the EMA, closing near its low, closing below. Yeah, I can't draw it up any more perfect than that. Javon asking, oh, sorry, I also didn't see Michelle saying what's up. Good morning, Michelle. Hopefully you're in on that. Javon saying, I'm a new trader. As I'm learning different strategies, I'm starting to like the orb. How do I feel about it? Look, Javon, I'm going to be real with you. It does not matter what you like. It matters what works. So you can... A lot of newer traders don't understand this. You need an edge. Just because a quote-unquote strategy is appealing to you or makes sense doesn't mean it actually works. Doesn't mean it's effective long-term. And I know for a fact that if you just play the straight orb, meaning anytime it breaks out of whatever range, I've tested the 5-minute, I've tested the 15-minute, I've tested the 30-minute. If you just straight up buy or sell when you get a breakout, there's no edge there. It does not have a long-term edge. You will not make money doing that. So could there be an edge there? Yes, but you're going to need a lot more criteria than just the straightforward orb. So yeah, if you like it, okay, well, figure it out if it works. Figure out some other criteria that you could add to there that makes it so you win more than you lose over the long run. And you need to do that with any strategy. You got to test it thoroughly over hundreds and hundreds of trades over many different market conditions. to see if it actually produces results. NQ dropping down below the overnight low. We'll see if that breakdown continues. Meanwhile, on the S&P, we have one lower high right here. If we get that second lower high right here, I will consider shorting that. Doesn't look like we're going to be getting that double lower high. We got a nice bounce up off the EMA. And yet another push below the moving average. The weakness on the NQ continues, and this is starting to look like a wider trend. So I'm going to have that drawn. I'm going to look for another pullback on NQ, and we might be able to get another short there. As long as that previous overnight low holds, that needs to turn into resistance at this point. Yes, with another V-shaped reversal. Yay. Yay. So fun. So fun. Watch for another reversal here, guys. Be careful. Mike asking, what is causing the drop? There's not always a cause, my friend. The market goes up, the market goes down. And so no, there's no particular news behind this. And it's really only the Nasdaq that's dropping. ES hasn't dropped yet. And we still don't know if it's a legit move, if there's going to actually be any follow through on NQ. We only broke the overnight low. We have not even really retested it. Looks like we have a little overshoot here on the move down of ES. That may lead to a bounce. We shall see. All right, S&P is now right at the overnight low. And we'll see if this breaks through here. NQ also looks like it may be poking out of the bottom of that channel. I would just be cautious here with shorts. We may have a steep reaction to the upside. Man, oh man, this thing just keeps dropping. And if we don't see a reaction here, if we don't see a vertical move up, then it's possible we just have a steeper channel at work. Same on ES, is just now breaking that overnight low. Be very cautious here. Let's see if this overshoot leads to a correction or reversal. This feels very overextended. Jeez, dude. This thing keeps dropping super vertically. We are approaching the low from Friday here on ES. Let's see where we're at level-wise. NQ. Yeah, looks like we're at that level right now. What? Why did that not show up? Let's try that again. Boom. Okay, so NQ dropping below the low of Friday. But with all these overshoots, again, you gotta be cautious of a really steep bounce here. Give it time to see if this move is legit or not. ES now also below that level, so let's see if it holds. Okay, here we go. Little bounce up. What we're watching for here. Back above the level. This is exactly what we got to watch for on these really vertical drops. Should not be a surprise to anyone. See how NQ is doing, also bouncing back up to Friday's low. See if it gets back over. A little bit of a rejection there for NQ. We get another attempt up and another rejection at the EMA. I'll take the short. ES is already back above Friday's low, so it's going to be hard to short right back into that level. So otherwise this would look like a pretty decent candle to short on, but I don't like that we're above that key level, so I'm going to hold off there. The better move will come on Nasdaq if we get it. Again, just looking for that second test of the EMA and a nice bearish bar. Yeah, starting to trade below that key level. Yes, back above the level again. Looks like NQ already has a new low here. So we can't really short anymore. We had this move down, break, new low. And even if this ES channel is wider, we're very close to a new low, just a couple ticks away. Tom asking if Trump is speaking. I had not heard anything, but dude speaks a lot, so. Again, S&P has not made a new low, so we would expect one more little push down. If we can get a nice lower high, I might consider taking it. So close to that new low. No lower high for us though. I'm still watching here. This still could be an opportunity. It's getting less, it's going down as far as A plus setup, B, C, you get this close to a low, and sometimes the market will act as if it already has had the new low. We got a double bottom, we're bouncing up. So it would have been better to get a bar here, kind of on our way down. But it's still possible that we get a setup. If this bar turns red and then we get another lower high, boom, I'm taking that. NQ's still popping up after we did get that new low. That's another reason why we might assume that the ES will bounce. We are back above the key level on ES. Short is not looking great. Javon, it's a 21 EMA, my friend. Kind of looks like support is being formed here on ES. We're going to be on the lookout for perhaps an uptrend developing. Uptrend on NQ starting to get established as well. This is kind of do or die for the sellers on NQ because we came back and we're testing Friday's low. If we get above that, stay above that, selling ain't gonna happen. Yes, this is also its last chance for selling. If we don't get back below this level, forget it. Morning, Archer. Man, computer issues, I hate when that gets in the way of taking a good trade. That's always frustrating. Like, it's one thing to miss a trade because, I don't know, you weren't sure of it or something like that. But it's another when you want to take a trade but you can't because of technology. That makes me rage, I'm not gonna lie. All right, this little uptrend looks like it's been played out with a break and a new high. Still doesn't look like sellers are gonna step up in a legitimate way. So we should see a move down, but probably not a new low. Market has significantly slowed down here. Very much like it did yesterday in the other direction. We had the market just took off right off the open, got to a new all-time high, and then we just kind of stalled out. This was very slow. This took very long, and then boom, we had that sell-off at the end. Not predicting what's going to happen at the end of this thing, but feels very similar. Like right off the bat, boom, sell, 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 and all of a sudden slowing down. In Q, retesting Friday's level there. Still has a chance to drop. See if sellers have any juice. I would consider a double lower high on the S&P as this uptrend has played out. We come down and get one lower high and then a second one right here. I could consider that. A little bit of support at the EMA here. Same with NQ. We're just going to have to be patient and let the market come to us, guys. We're in kind of a holding pattern. The downtrend already did technically play out with the break in a new low. This uptrend played out with a break in a new high. So we don't really have any trends in either direction. We're waiting for the market to show its cards. And it will be obvious, right? Like there will be some movement in one direction or another. You just got to wait for it. Don't anticipate it. Like when this thing was moving down, we had no problem saying what the pattern was, right? And we were looking for shorts that whole time. We just don't have that right now. I'll probably skip this double lower high as we found support right at the EMA instead of breaking it. We just gotta wait here, is the moral of the story. It'd be easy to try to force something and like, oh, maybe this is a setup, maybe this is a setup, but the reality is that we had a big move down. Now we're moving sideways, and we need the market to make another trend, basically, make another move. Those is where a lot of traders get in trouble trying to force setups. Like the desire to click a button should not be the thing that is getting you into a trade. But you'll justify it with thought, well, it does look like we have a bearish bias here. Yeah, I think we could take this short. Don't do stuff like that. Or, man, yeah, the market's definitely reversing. Pretty sure the low of the day is in. I'm gonna go long. Either one of those scenarios is a way to lose money. So just be patient. If the market's not doing anything, you shouldn't be doing anything either. Potential action on NQ. It actually is below that key level. We'll see if it can hold below that key level. So we might get a new low of day. ES chopping around in that range right around the midline. All right, NQ has had a couple closes below that key level. I would consider one more lower high here for that reversal play. But ES putting in a big green candle here. See if we can get that lower high. Put in a bearish candle, but it was not a lower high. Still watching for that. ES still compressing. Nothing going there. So I think we're going to have to be patient on this one, guys. Again, watch that key level. That is going to be, oh, geez, Louise. I accidentally put an order on the chart. My goodness. Watch this key level. This is going to be critical. If we continue to trade above it, you can forget about a move down. You can forget about a bearish trend. We hold above it. Likely not just going to launch off into an uptrend. Most likely result will be movement between the two extremes. Probably, you know, some of this kind of action. Especially with some earnings coming tomorrow. Like, the market doesn't have a lot of catalyst to do anything today, so it would make a lot of sense for us just to chop around for the day. But anyway, we'll be scoping out some setups in the Discord. Please join us if you're not a part of that crew. Link is below. Look forward to seeing you guys over there, and hope it is a profitable day for you. We got a good scalp this morning, and maybe we'll get another one before the day is through. Have a good one, guys. See you next time. Take care.